What's it been like this week as you've been game planning to try to figure out ways to contain the quarterback and Dobbins? Because it's not just one guy.
Yeah, obviously they're a talented group. You know, as a coordinator, you always try to find the fastest way to lose and focus on that. And unfortunately, this week they have multiple options that fit that category. You know, the quarterback and the running back. It all starts there, right? They have talent all around them, whether it's the receivers, the O-line, tight ends. They're all a talented group, but obviously they have the ball in their hands the most, and they make the most decisions. And it's fun to watch. Like, it's good football. It is fun to watch as a fan of football, but when you're trying to scheme it and stop it, there's some difficult challenges.
Your guys, especially the DBs, have said that what they've noticed with Fields, like maybe he rolls right, and some quarterbacks, if you're on the opposite side of the field, you know you can maybe lay off your guy a little bit, but they said they can't do that with Fields because of his arm strength. Have you seen that on tape much, where if he's on the right side, he can zing it back across the field and hit a guy?
Yeah, he's got a huge arm, and they will, like I said, they move him, they get him out of the pocket. A lot of deep concepts down the field, you know, big chunks down the field that most quarterbacks aren't making those throws. And you know, he's stepping into them consistently and putting it on a rope. So yeah, you got to cover from sideline to sideline and end zone to end zone. Like, they do a great job of stretching the field, and they have skill that can run, and they push off the ball. And when they sit, you see a lot of times there's a lot of space between them and DBs.
Jim, these two programs have different approaches to recruiting and how you build a team. I think one thing people say about Wisconsin they do well is develop players over time. Your experience as both a player and a coach. What specifically do you think Wisconsin does well to put players in position to be ready over time for a game like this?
Yeah, I think that's what we hang our hat on. Is we trust our evaluation, we trust the roles we're going to ask guys to fill, and we develop the heck out of guys. You know, I think there is a pretty strong myth about highly recruited players that don't develop. I don't really understand that one. They seem to do a pretty good job of developing talent at their program. Just look on Sundays every week and you see guys out there. So yeah, I think we trust our philosophy and our approach. We know what this place is and who we are able to recruit. You'd love to recruit everybody in the country, but the reality is that you get told no a lot from some kids. So we trust what we do, we trust our evaluations and who we are, and we believe in that, and then we go all in once guys get on campus. And their net might be a little bit wider on who they're recruiting, but I think they do a tremendous job of developing the talent they have as well.
Do you think recruiting rankings matter in the end? You'll hear a lot of guys say, you get walk-ons 2 stars, it doesn't matter. Does it make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, there is a natural ability. That's what it comes down to me. You see a lot of 4 and 5 star kids. They're kids that develop early. They've been on the radar for a long time. You know, there's some kids that you look at and go, you were born to play football. And does that win a game? No. Like, there's a lot of guys that, you know, the mental piece of football, the stress, the amount that college athletes gets put on their shoulders, sometimes, you know, guys don't respond well to that. So it doesn't win games, but at the same time, you always look across the field, and that's a talented group that you're going against. You know, you have to, you got to have a great plan. You got to execute it.
They do a great job converting third downs. You guys have been good defensively. How much of a role has Fields, just their quarterback, played in keeping the chains moving for them, with either this way or with this field?
Big. You know, they do a great job of getting in third and manageable.
Okay.
You know, they're not afraid to run the ball on a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and they're converting a lot of those as well. So it keeps you honest as far as how you have to attack them on 3rd down, and then, you know, the quarterback's going to extend some plays and make a play that, you know, you got stuff, or you get covered. So they do a great job kind of mixing the whole thing, winning on 1st and 2nd down, you know, mixing in runs to keep you a little bit more vanilla, and then, you know, extending plays and making plays with skill athletes when things are covered, you know, when you do have the answer for it. So I think it's a combination of all those things.
Delonica had been a mainstay for you guys for the first 5 games. Didn't start against Michigan State, didn't play in this last week. Is it a physical thing, or is it a play thing for him?
No, it was just roll going into the week, and then Caesar got hot. You know, Caesar played a tremendous game for us, and, you know, it was that situation at the time. It wasn't necessarily intended going into the game. We knew he wasn't going to start the game, but we anticipated a role, and then, like I said, Caesar played tremendous. I mean, he made a ton of plays for us, and, you know, that was kind of the way that situation played out last week. He will be a role. I mean, he'll have a role. He'll have a big spot going forward.
Caesar came in for Dante.
Yeah, he ended up coming in for Dante, is the 1-for-1 that happened at the time.
Illinois was able to hit a few bigger plays, 15-plus yards, and a couple 40-plus yard touchdowns. Not something we've really seen very often from your defense. What's your level of concern against Ohio State based on what happened against Illinois? Was there a common thread there in what happened?
I mean, you're always concerned about big plays. That's the fastest way to lose a game as a secondary. You know, the first one, we missed 2 tackles at 6 yards. So, you know, it's not something that had happened up to this point in the year. And then the second one, guy made a play. They made a throw and they made a catch. We had to get a DB close. And we feel like we can play it better, but they made a play. So, yeah, I mean, you don't panic. You know that it's going to be talented receivers that if they can get one-on-one, you know, they like their matchups just like we like them. So, I mean, we got to execute it. Like I said, they got a one-on-one shot, and then the other one we missed 2 tackles. So, you know, we know what we have to do to correct the mistakes, but that's the fastest way to lose games or let teams hang around in games is by giving up big plays. And unfortunately, you know, we gave up 3 of them late. You know, you get the long rushing touchdown and two passing touchdowns that are big chunks that all of a sudden takes a team that you had handled really well for the majority of the day. All of a sudden they end up coming back and getting you.
Hey, what do you think it's been about Reggie Pearson's play that he's made so many plays at or behind the line of scrimmage so far this year?
I think he's really aggressive for number one. You know, that's how he likes to play the game. And to me, I'm seeing throughout the course of the year, he's starting to learn where to get his eyes and how to trust his eyes. You know, so not only is he playing aggressive, but he's right more often than not. So sometimes you get guys that just want to go so fast. They want to make those impact plays. It's not always, that's not your role, right? Within the scheme, within the play. So I think he's starting to learn when those opportunities are. He's being more selective, which in turn is actually helping him make more plays like that. So it's fun to watch because that's growth. You know, he's not trying to search to find those plays. He's just understanding when it's his opportunity to make them, and he's making them.
Reggie mentioned the film study with you in particular. Do you think that's maybe he's just translating that with getting his eyes right, like you said?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he understands the game well, and now it's those little things of preparation. You know, week in and week out, the game plan is going to tweak, right? Whether it's us or how a team attacks what we do. So I think all those little things and just the prep that he does, he's doing a great job. He needs to continue to do that, and I think he's starting to trust, like, I don't have to go find the play. Like, I'm going to have a lot of opportunities in the game. I think early in the season it was, you know, if he went 5-10 plays without making something happen, he felt like he had to go outside of the scheme a little bit to do it. Now he's just trusting, like, it might not happen for a while, but all of a sudden they're gonna rattle off in a hurry. And you saw that last week. I think he made 5 or 6 plays in the first 10 or 15 snaps, like just all over the field. So, you know, that gives you confidence, and hopefully it'll settle him down to just trust, just do my job, and I know there's going to be opportunities out there.